Okay, I'm going to, I've got a starter that I'm going to work on for a friend of mine that I work with at my real job. I've had it all summer. It came off of a tractor that caught on fire, and then he bought the tractor and he's rebuilding it, and he wanted me to take a look at the starter, see if it's salvageable or not. And the back of the solenoid has been melted off, so I'll have to put a new cover on the back of it. And I'm going to take it, pull it apart, check the brushes and everything. I have to replace wire on the outside, jumper wire that goes to the fields. That's all the insulation is burnt off of it. But anyway, he had asked me to look at it and says as long as I get it done before the snow flies. So I'm in the process of canning right now, and I've got stuff cooking. So I figured, well, I'll work on that in between this and other things that are going on. So here goes. I started taking it apart. I took the solenoid off of it and the cover, and I'll take it from there. I'll get you looking at her, and we'll see what we can do here. Okay. All right, so you can see right here, I took the solenoid cover off and the solenoid off, and you can see here that it's all melted away. It caught on fire up on top. The tractor's on fire up on top, and you can see it's a little bit burnt here. Solenoid. I did check the solenoid. Solenoid's fine. So, and got a new cover for it. So I take that out of there, set that aside for now, and here's the chunk. Here's the chunk that melted out of the cover. So anyway, so now I'm going to pull this back cover off here. I've never had one like exactly like this apart before, so okay. I think I'm going to get another container for bolts. And a container for bolts, and I put a magnet on the bottom, so drop a bolt and if I happen to bump it, it's not going to spill any of the bolts. So, alright, I'm going to need a little plastic hammer. Tap that. Well, I already have marked this, so that I know how it goes on. There we go. You can see it inside here, all the brush dust in there. There's a lot of dust in it, and it needs to be cleaned up. Yeah, the commutator plates don't look too good either. So now I'm going to have to pull that off. That is 7/16, I think. Okay, I brought some wrenches here. Okay. I think this holds the whole brush assembly on there. It should just come right off. It's metric. The brand of this is a what was it, a Nippadenso? So yeah, it probably is all metric. Nippadenso on a John Deere tractor, so you'd think that it would have been. It's metric. It's a 10 millimeter. Don't want to lose that. I hope I have brushes for it. I really don't know if I have brushes or not. I'm guessing I do. I bought my father-in-law's electrical business, and he's got a lot of stuff. I haven't gone through any of it yet to see what all I have. But he's been in this business for many years, so when I get stuck on something, I usually can go ask him. And one moment, I need to mark this also so that I know where that goes. I think what I'm going to do, yeah, I can just scratch a line on there for now. So I just scratch that and scratch this. Just in case there's no alignment pins on it. Oh, I do have a mark over here. That's for the cover. Don't want to mess up that. So that should just come out of there now. Come on. We have all the screws out. I wonder if I'm going to have to put a bearing puller on there and press it off. It might be that I see what's going on here. I need to take these screws out of the brushes here first. Oh boy, a bigger screwdriver than that. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay. So those two go down onto that. This one here I don't have to take off. This one I do. These two go to the fields. There. Okay. Now that one should be fine. And that one should be fine. So I got the two loose that need to be. Now it should. Yes, makes a world of difference. And, oh boy, she's looking pretty sad here. It's really on the verge of shorting out. It's not shorted out, but it's close. Yeah, these brushes do look kind of sad, so I will have to go see if unfortunately all the hardware that I bought from my father-in-law is still at my father-in-law's, so I'll have to run down and search through to see if I can find these brushes. And like I say, I'm almost willing to bet that there'll be some on the shelf or in the drawer. This style, he's got thousands and thousands of different style brushes. I'm not, you know, I bought the business intending to go ahead and do repair, but I'm beginning to think I really don't care to, so I may end up parting all that stuff out and selling it on eBay or something. But until I decide that, I don't know. So now, okay, so now I'm gonna have to take the nose end off, I believe, so that this whole thing can drop back. So actually, no. I need to take that out of there to clean that up. That's looking pretty crappy. Okay, I got it marked there. And what size is that? 10. I don't think I can get a socket into that. Right here. Oh, man. Boy. Take this off of there. And maybe if I scrape all that crap out of there, I can get a socket in there. Or a wrench. Oh, wow. Those are torqued down there tight. I think it splits here and this whole thing will drop out, I believe. I think I can leave the nose piece on attached to that because it's actually 3 pieces, the fields, and then this it's almost like an adapter, and then the nose that fits into the tractor. I had it apart once to be honest, and looked at the commutator plates, and I peeked in at them. I didn't realize they were as bad as they look right now. So, oh no, what was this gasket that goes on the back? Ah, it's full of crud. I wonder, it's probably burnt paint. Wonder if I got a number 10 thin wall socket. I got it. That one wasn't quite as bad. I put these in the magnetic bolt holder there. Alright. So looks like, oh yeah, right here the Allen bolts are going all the way through. Well, I would venture to say those are metric. Metric Allen wrenches out. Maybe not. When you know it. That's kind of strange. Part of it's metric and part of it ain't. Yeah, that's definitely
Definitely not metric Allen bolts. This is some odd size. That's it right there. So it's not the bolts are metric, but the Allen bolts aren't. Holy moly. Wow. And remember to really torque those on when I get done here and put it back together. That should be a little longer bolt now. That should reach back to here. Nope. Actually, that one wouldn't have had to come out. That one is just for the nose piece there. I wonder if this, let's see, where's the last one there? So this one must go all the way through. Holy crap! Wow. Yeah, that one goes all the way back into the fields. They're evenly they should be evenly spaced around it. So the next one, actually, I'll bet you both these are going back into the fields. Let's see here in a minute. Come on. Definitely crudted up in there. I should just get my impact out. Okay. Yep, that one goes back in there too. So I'm sure this one is still right here. The Allen bolts are so cruded up in the inside, it's hard to get the Allen wrench in there. Yep. So, those two, that one's to the saw, but yeah, this one is still. Out of there. Ugh. There we go. Well, I think the whole thing is gonna end up coming apart. I didn't think I had to take the nose piece off, but I'm going to end up taking that off too, the way it looks. It's all coming loose anyway. Well, let's see, where's my mark here? Right there, so. Just putting some witness marks on there so I can see. I think this is the last one, boys. I'm sweating. It's not really all that warm out here, just the humidity is really a killer again today. Very high humidity. All right, now that should just tie it up now. Okay. And clean that up when I put it back together. Set that over there for now. And now, this should come off. Any more bolts? I'm loose. Feels loose. Don't suppose that's why they got this pry slot here, huh? Yeah. Another one on the other side. No. I'm wondering if I gotta take that out. Take that carrier, because that's the carrier for the solenoid. I'll bet it need to take that out too. Getting a little more. I don't know if that's metric or not, so I brought my handy dandy metric wrench, all adjustable. Well, definitely gonna have to get a socket. That's the size. Wow. Get my impact or what? I get a breaker bar. Looking for my 17mm wrench. Can't find it. I'm not sure where it went to. Hold on there. Yeah, let's rethink this here. I may have to get some help. I may have to go talk to my father-in-law about this. Getting that out of there. Because definitely gotta get it apart. It's really crudted up in there. I'm guessing it's that, but I will go and get some help and get some tips, and I'll come back to it. Okay, he said that there are just seals in there, and sometimes they hang up, so you just gotta give her some wax and pry it out of there, and that's what I did. And there's a big rubber O-ring right here that seals, because this is all running in tranny or in fluid, so that, I don't know. Anyway, I got it apart. here. And the Bendix and everything else looks good, just that. So I think what I'm going to do is clamp it in the lathe. Do I have a center point? Oh yes, got a center mark on this side even, to run a live center in. And that way I can clean these up, and then depending on the groove in between the commutator plates, if the groove depth is supposed to be, I think, 1.5 times the width. So if they're 30 thou wide, then they should be like about 40 thou an undercut. And you want to do that because if you leave the insulating material in between, the brushes will tend to start bouncing, and you'll end up with the brushes basically looking like this, bouncing and arcing and basically burning up the commutator plates. So it'll never last that way. So anyway, let's see what the inside looks like. Actually looks pretty good for going through a fire. I'll, kind of clean it up in there. But the first thing is this. So I'll have to get over to the lathe and set it up on the lathe. I'll come back with that. Okay, I'm over here on the lathe. I gotta take this collet out, put in the collet for that shaft size. It's that one. I think it's this one. And back that out here. And I've got centers already over there. Let's get the center moved up here. Alright. This tightened up. There we go. Put that center up there in there fairly snug. And move you over a little bit so I can get in here to actually operate. Alright. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a very light cut on that. Just enough to clean it up, to make it look pretty. Get rid of all the pits and the burn marks and all that good stuff. And this here is going to more than likely swing around. Unless I'm going to run it at a slow RPM, so I'll put her in there. Let's see, how can I keep that back? I kind of want to keep that back so that it just kind of runs free on the bearing. Okay, let's do the tool bit. I just took a tool bit out. What did I do with it? It's a threading bit. Reach into that. Okay, that should do it. Just going to go in until it just touches. there. I want to slow my feed rate down. See what we got there. Still pretty fast. Alright, well, I'm going to slow that way down. Crank her in maybe a couple thou. I don't like the way that's cutting. I don't like that tool bit. I gotta get a different tool bit. That one is definitely not cutting real good. Something that'll cut that out. Turn this. I'm gonna turn this around a little bit so I can get up to that shoulder without hitting anything. Just a little more. Just like that. Take that out. And naturally I can't get there. I'm hitting my live center. So I guess I'll set up a tool bit. I was just trying to cheat and use a tool bit that was already set up. You know. But I got tool bits in that I can use for this. Alright. Take this one out. I want something with a little bit of a radius. You know, you can see here that it's leaving a really ugly finish. You want a nice finish in that. You don't want a crappy finish on it. Everything God's got big radiuses, or okay. Where'd my Allen wrench go? There we go. I don't like that one either. I'll come back when I find a tool bit and get it set up. Okay, I went to a cemented carbide bit. All my high-speed bits, just none of them just really wanted to do what I wanted to do. So I'm just going to go in and touch with that. Hold that over. I think I want to hold that up like that. That way I can just kind of let go if it happened to. I slowed feed rate way down, so it'll take a while to get across it. A little faster than that, I think. Yep, I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit. Much better. Much better. Well, I'll continue on here and turn that up to that shoulder, and when I get done I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, I got it all turned now and it looks pretty good. All cleaned up, looks really nice. Now I need to take and run an X-Acto knife or something. The depth of the undercuts look like they're sufficient. I just need to deburr it a little bit and get rid of the stuff that it rolled down into the, and then check it on the growler, make sure nothing is shorted out before I put it together. So I'm going to sit down at the bench and start deburring this, and when I get it all deburred, I'll come back to it. Okay, I got all the commutator plates all deburred, and now I'm going to set up and put it on the growler and check, make sure I don't have any shorts in between the plates, and I don't have any shorts to the shaft or the anyway to the body. I don't. So I just want to make sure that everything is looking okay. All right, well, I'll get you focused on the armature here. I don't like this tripod. It's kind of a crappy one. Okay. This is an oldie moldy growler, so it's pretty old. So what we need to do is we need to set it up on here, and then we take either a hacksaw blade, or I'm going to use a scale. It's just a 12-inch steel scale, and what you do is you turn it on, and then you check the magnetic field. You know, turn it around, and it should be nothing going on. It should be just kind of like nothing there. If there's a short, it should make the scale or hacksaw blade, whatever you're using, stick and then vibrate. And so let's just see what we got. Yeah. Let me put this on the other way. I'm not left-handed. And put a glove on the other hand here. I want a glove on because with the magnetic field flowing through the coils will put out a current on the commutator plates. You grab that, you may get a bit of a zap, and I really don't want a zap. Well, this still ain't. Let's see, can I turn it? I want to find a way where I could I didn't want to take the Bendix off if I didn't have to. Put it back the other way. The way I was going at it here. Bear with me. I'll get there eventually. Alright. Huh. Feels almost like it's not really doing anything, but I can feel a little bit of a drag. Huh. Every now and then I feel like... I know I've checked one with a dead short and it just... bam. Not feeling really anything. Alright, well, next thing to check is that's checking to see if any of these are shorted out to each other. You know, if I didn't get it deburred correctly and it's shorting out. If two of the plates would short out, that would create a magnetic field on one of these, and that's what you're checking for, basically. Now, this next check checks to see if any of these commutator plates are grounded to the main, or shorted out to the main body or the shaft. If that happens, then one of the windings are shorted here inside somewhere, and like I say, this starter has gone through a fire, so it could be shorted out. We'll find out here. And basically, it's a continuity checker, and this light bulb will light up if there's a short. So we'll put it on to here. Oh, that's not good. Wow. Yeah. Crap. Kind of wasted my time there, because I should have did this right away. That would have told me, yeah, that's no good. There's a short. It's definitely shorted out. Yeah, I can smell. You put your nose down on it. Yeah, I can smell the burnt varnish. God darn it! Now I have to tell. I'm gonna have to tell them that the only way you can fix this one is to buy a new armature for it. And who's to say the fields? Who's to say if these fields are any good? I'm not sure what the readings should be on them. Not on this starter anyway. Not shorted out to the outsides, so that's a good sign. But I don't know what they're really supposed to read between them. You know, because they could be shorted out. They could be shorted out to themselves and not out to the outside, which the resistance would be wrong. And like I say, I don't know what the resistance is supposed to really be. I'm getting pretty much. Yeah, I would only be guessing, so I don't know that much about this starter, and I don't know what that. So looks like it's going to be back to the drawing board with this. God darn it! Anyway, it actually cleaned up really nice, and the only thing left to do would have been to put a new bushing in the bushing on the other end is fine, or bearing on the other end is fine, but this one needed to be replaced. The brushes didn't look all that bad. No good without this though, without the armature. Crap. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to tell them the bad news. I think the starter is right around 500 to 600 bucks. I don't know if I can find an armature or not for it. He'd probably be better off just buying a new starter. You know, because I'm sure this armature is going to be a couple $100 at least, maybe 200, 250 bucks. So, and then like I say, the field windings, I'm not sure if they're any good. If they end up being bad, I would guess that they're probably about 75 bucks too. So all said and done, you might as well just buy a new starter. Well, I guess that kind of ends this video.